Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, this is Marcello Gignoli. Marcello Arturo Gignoli. What can I tell you about myself? Well, let's start from the beginning. I just want you to know what's on my shelf. That's all. No judging, no criticism, no nothing like that. No, you have to take it as it is. This is critical. First, I have nervous laughter and babbling. A lot of people say I don't anymore, which. When I'm really in love, it's nervous laughter. It is. And it's a good thing. A lot of people would say it's a bad thing, nervous laughter. Oh, you shouldn't be nervous when you're in love. The two of my favorite movies that really show love, and, well, I hate to say, well, no, I wouldn't say hate to say this, but two movies that I will definitely say have efficient memory of what I feel when I am, is Music from Another Room and Pursuit of Happiness. Not the one with Will Smith, an older one from 2001. Those two really speak about it. Music from Another Room I really enjoy even more, actually. There's many reasons, plenty of reasons why. Let's get to the real reason now. Pretty much you can spit in my face after I say everything. If anything offends you, just spit in my face, but let me know. Just say, okay, Marcello, take off your glasses. Okay. That's all I need to say, and then I'll get it. Next, interlude. Now, how would I say an interlude is? It's me. It was me. I got people to the right person right after me, pretty much. Most people. Other people think I'm the right person. Not usually. Because my feelings would always be there then. It would be consistent. And there is a consistency with my feelings for one person. But that's just it. Is one-sided, and it has to do with, well, I don't need to get into that, because the truth is how I feel. It's about knowing it, and I know how I feel. That's all I can say. Interlude. Oh, I'm like a key for most people, because, let's take, for example, the 5 people that I knew. Those 5 people, and here I am. I'm on the dock of the bay, okay? And here's 5 people, and they all swoosh by me like this, okay? Now, why do they do that? Because they want to get close to me, but not in the same way I'd want to get close to them. Not because I don't want to get close to them, but the way they want to get close to me isn't the right way. At least for me, it's not how I want to explain or express a relationship. Let's get to the point in that those 5 people, they integrated my life, and then they found the right person right after me. Because they took what I said so seriously that they said, fuck it. I'm going to go to the next one, or I'm going to do something completely different on my own. I don't have to listen to you, Marcello. So that's what happened. They became so arrogant that they had to find the right person. But sometimes you run into things too fast, and that's what I kind of feel with me. I don't think I ran into things too fast, but I think that other people ran into their decision too fast. That's all. They didn't run into me too fast because they didn't run into me. Running away into you is only a statement if you actually run into somebody. But that's the whole point of being interlude and key, is that you watch people do this. I haven't seen it more recently. I've seen it from the time 2002 to 2008, when I was in that kind of life. But not anymore. I actually see very little of that now, which is good. I'm not an interlude anymore. Finally, I'm on my own individual. I'm still a key, but I'm not an interlude. So that's good. I'm a mama's boy, but not, most mama's boys are nonchalant, but, most mama's boys are nonchalant and stupid about it. But I'm not stupid about being nonchalant. I know that I'm nonchalant, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be stupid with you and you're going to step all over me. Now, you may want to, but you're not going to accomplish it. You may accomplish little parts and then you'll go to the next one, because you'll figure out that it's like time bomb love. When you give somebody a certain amount of time to express that love, hey, Marcello, I'm going to give you this amount of time. If you don't do something this amount of time, go to the next one. Just go to the next one, please. That's not love. That's something else that you're holding on to. Like me, I'm not saying it. Whenever I've had my feelings for somebody, I've never said, you only have this amount of time or it goes away. I've never said that to anybody about my feelings. And I wouldn't say that now. Like if someone else came from my past and said, hey, Marcello, can we actually get together? I'll think about it. I'll let him know, and I'll say, well, why would you want to? First thing I would ask is, I know that we had an interesting past, so I'm wondering why you would want to spend the time with me. I'd love to spend time with you more because I want to figure out more about you. I want to know more about you because I knew you before and I didn't really know you. So I'd love to. So, but let me get to know you more. Let's get to know each other more before we do any of that. Just to get an understanding of each other because last time something happened at the end there that really blew it up. Um, Only if you want to. This is something I did before for a while. I don't do this anymore actually, so I should get rid of this. But what I used to do is I used to go to my mom's bed and hey mom, can you fill up my bottle of water? Just when she's when she's still asleep and I just got up to go run. And like I would say it as a joke. Only if you want to at the end with everything. But it was a joke, and she would be like, "No, I get it, Marcello," because every time I said it, she knew that I was joking because she knows that I don't feel that way about things and that I can take care of things myself. And then, because of my mom, which I thank her, I'm sweet and caring, and sweet and caring about people, about me. And the thing about that is that it makes me look like arrogant or some other bullshit like that. Because a lot of people say, like, if you're sweet and caring towards yourself, that means you have an ego. Not true. Because sometimes you have to get rid of bad things and negative things in your life if you want to live. If you want negative things around you, that's all you're gonna get. And the positive things you'll always say aren't positive. You'll just say the negative's positive and the positive's negative. That's what you'll do with everything. Then you have what my grandma calls me. My Mamina calls me olive oil. That's because if you've cooked before, olive oil comes to the surface, and that's what I do, I guess. When you put olive oil into hot boiling water, that's what it does, and that's what I do. I do a lot of running, I do a lot of writing, I do a lot of reading, do a lot of critical thinking. I believe in critical care and critical love, where critical care is where you can build a friendship and have that friendship. Now, I'm not to say that critical care can't change into critical love. It can. So I don't put it down to say it can be only one thing. Critical love is something that gets bigger every time you see somebody. The same music plays, so on and so forth. Here's an example of it. Critical care, okay? That's critical care because it doesn't change, it stays strong. Critical love. See how it separates? The plugs are still inserted the same post, so that means when they come back, it's like an explosion. It gets bigger every single time. Audio recording. I do a lot of audio recording. Not as much right now at the moment, but I try to do one every day, 15 minutes. And if I don't do it every day, I try to do it every week, 40, 50 minutes. Get an idea of everything that comes out of me. Just bolt it all out, everything. I also am a conspiracy theorist, but I guess you could say, since that's the regard of it, I kind of see it as the truth that no one wants to believe. Because it's pretty easy to believe everything that's happening now because it's happening. So it must be true, right? That's the basic evident thought, is that if it's happening now, it must be true. So, but that actually is known to be false too, because a lot of people do say, well, there's a lot of false history too. There's a lot of false things going on. There's a lot of corruption. So that means that everything could be corrupted. But everybody's corruptible in the whole world. I actually don't think it's just, because a lot of people say like, oh, it's only America. America's government is so bad and stuff. I believe the whole world is. The whole world. There's none. Everyone thinks that the whole world doesn't get along. That all these continents and countries, they're all like bad-mouthing each other. Yeah, right. Behind closed doors, they got hands shaking like crazy. That's how I see it. When I was 7, the main reason why I'm a conspiracy theorist or question everything is because when I was 7 years old, I realized what bullies really did. I'm talking in regular life, revenge, everything. The whole point is you have to represent yourself. You can't be represented for. No matter how much people say you're represented for. You can't be. I never heard somebody in the majority ever say, this one person right here disagrees with me, and I stand up for him. No, they just shout them down. No matter how much they say, well, no, I agree with your view. I agree that you have your right to your view, but I want to suffocate you with mine. How about that? That's not representing somebody that doesn't have a majority. Even the minority doesn't do that for the minority below them, or the majority above them, or so on and so forth. You can name every single type. That's how I view it. But hey, that's only one person, As I always say, the one thing everybody holds in is revenge, way too much. And that's why, to me personally, that's why I'm a conspiracy theorist, because I trust people enough to do what they usually do. Go for the corruption, go for the revenge, go for what they really want. Their instincts can protect you, but they can also make you worse. I say instincts can protect you because you can also go with your heart and mind more than anything. But if you don't go with your heart and mind together, built it together, then you're going to make a wall of everyone, and you're going to just build walls everywhere. Hey, it's like, well, I'll get into the next point first. I like Marlon Brando. I think Marlon Brando was a great guy because he spoke very honestly. And the same thing with like Charlie Sheen and other people too. Other actors that have spoken out, and Johnny Depp even. Those three really stand out to me because, especially Marlon Brando, how he always spoke during interviews, how he was just as a person, individual. I always like that. Redo conversations. Sometimes I do that. I'll redo a conversation I've had with somebody before. I'm also in a paranormal group, Southern California Paranormal Detectives. I'm a medium for that, and detective, so I do the audio recordings, the EVPs, and I also do, psychic work, I guess you could say psychic work, where I go into a place and pick up a lot. I also watch parts of films and shows, and I repeat it with A and B. Now, if you have a DVD player, or, well, maybe Blu-ray as well, I don't know, but there's a repeat A to B feature on the DVDs usually, on the DVD players usually. So you could repeat a scene, or repeat any little part you want, again and again. And what I do is I constantly do that, and I memorize them a little bit, and then I'll jump around up and down, or I'll throw my fist back and forth, which is something I do usually when I'm watching something and get very excited. So I just and I'll move back and forth a little rhythmically, sort of like just to the rhythm of it, I guess you could say, with the excitement. And I listen to music and either jump around or sing along as well. And I grew up Catholic, so I grew up with God in my life, I guess you could say, as a lot of people would say. And I also grew up with a lot of Native American Navajo religion as well, more recently. Through the past maybe 5 years, I've been growing up into more of that culture as well. So I've gotten, ingrained in this, and I'm still the key. I'm still, like I said, that key element of me is still a big part of what I am to all this, really. Because I kind of connect to a lot of different things. Also, people say imagination and reality. They kind of bring those words up a lot sometimes. And, a lot of people say, like, what do you do with that? Do you have more imagination or do you have more reality? Well, to me, you smash them together. Boom. Imagination and reality smashed together. You question everything. Because you have to. I think personally you have to. Because a lot of people say they have curiosity. But then their curiosity stops at a certain point, and it's like, that's not curiosity. So, there you go. And I have Asperger's syndrome, and ADD, and ADHD. I actually have all three. So, there you go. And because of those things, I kind of have intrepidness with, like, subtleties. So I'm better at, like, customer service, things like that, being straightforward with people, being direct, and also seeing, I guess you could say, I'm not direct when other people aren't, which is bad. But it proves something. It proves if you're not going to be direct with me, why should I? And you kind of feel that from the impression they're giving sometimes. And it's hard to be direct when other people aren't. It is. No matter how direct I can be, there's some parts that just shut down because it's like, why aren't you being direct? It's pointless. And I do meditation as well. I try to. 20 minutes a day. Not too much. And I also do a lot of gestures, moving around a lot. But I guess that's kind of something you get used to as well. And that's kind of it. That's a part of me right there. A part of Marcello Geniali. Alive. Mwah.